Hey guys, Tanky here. Welcome back to New Vegas. So we're up here at the Northern Passage, and we are going to enter into Honest Hearts. I think it's time for another trip outside of the Mojave and a bit of an adventure. So we'll have a chat with Jed here.
Howdy, friend. Heard my little broadcast, did you? Yeah, you look the type. Just like that, huh? You got guts, I'll give you that. You sure you want to jump in blind? Ain't got no questions about where we're going or why? We're a smaller company out of Sacktown, up in the northern part of the NCR. We run some business through New Reno. They're on the little loop. Had a nice run to Salt Lake City, too, but then we lost contact with New Canaan, and that went all to hell. Without New Canaan's mission in Zion, the only ways to Salt Lake City are down the old I-80, or up through Ogden. The highway's too risky. NCR's rangers are so busy here in the Mojave, they don't have the manpower to keep the raiders off. Ogden's just too far. We'd lose more in travel expenses than we'd ever earn. Don't know much about the place, but I can tell you about the people. The New Canaanites were some kind of religious group from before the war. They control the old city of Ogden, a ways north of Zion, and they got themselves a nice defensible mission in the canyon itself. Or they did. They trade a fair bit with the tribes in Zion. Well, the ones that don't try to kill them anyways. The job is simple. Help us get this caravan into Zion and find New Canaan. The pay is 25 caps per day. Half up front, half on return. You'll get a bonus if we make it into Zion, plus another bonus if we reach New Canaan. Oh, one more thing. Don't mention the name Joshua Graham to anyone. Anyone. Just don't. It makes the New Canaanites powerful uncomfortable, and it scares the britches off the tribals. Don't talk about the Burn Man either while you're at it. Trust me on this one. It's for your own good.
I find it funny that he brings up Joshua Graham and the Burned Man, which is obviously a very interesting story and a really cool part about this adventure we're going on. But if I weren't to know, like, unless he brought it up, I wouldn't have known anything about it. Like, it's like, tell me a secret that I didn't know anyway and say, don't say anything. It's just funny to me. But let's go. I'm ready.
Are you now? You know we ain't coming back this way for a good long while now, right? And you know about the weight limit. I don't want no whining about old Mr. Masterson. I left my one-of-a-kind plasma cannon back at base. Can we go back for it? You sure you're ready now?
Yeah, so I dropped off the anti-material rifle because it had 20 weight. I think my current weight is sitting around 50, so it's not too bad.
Well, all right then. Let's get moving. We got a long road ahead of us. The paths we're following are slow going, so you might as well keep your ears open and listen to what old Jed has to say. A few decades back, folks in the NCR started to hear about a community in northern Utah called New Canaan. Didn't know much about them, except that they were religious folks, sent out missionaries to talk to the tribes. We've seen our share of cults, but the New Canaanites, they were honest traders. Good fighters, too. Raiders wouldn't tangle with them. But then, the Legion appeared in Arizona. I reckon you know all about them. Turns out Caesar's first war chief, the Malpace Legate, was a New Canaanite, Joshua Graham. Legend goes that Graham was the meanest, toughest son of a bitch in the whole damn Legion. The New Canaanites wouldn't talk about him. They were ashamed. Guess I can't blame them. Well, at Hoover Dam, the Malpace Legate finally met his match. Hanlon and Oliver kicked his new Canaanite butt right back over the river. Caesar had to make an example for the others, to show them that even at the highest level, failure wouldn't be tolerated. He had Graham covered in pitch, lit on fire, and thrown into the Grand Canyon. People say he didn't even scream on the way down. Not long after, some of the slaves and tribals started to talk. Said Graham wasn't dead. Shouldn't have been any surprise. All this talk bothered Caesar, so he forbade anyone from speaking his name. Wanted to erase Joshua Graham from history. He got his wish. Joshua Graham disappeared, and in his place came legends of the burned man walking the wastes. Probably just a tribal ghost story. But New Canaan's been silent for a long time. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe the Malpace legate is dead. Or maybe Joshua Graham did crawl out of that canyon and finally found his way back home. All right, people. Been a long couple of weeks, but here we are.
Because this is pause what he's saying anyway. I love that intro. I really love the story with Joshua Graham and the Burned Man. It's just amazing. It's really, really cool. We'll put some energy weapons in as well. We've got another perk. We're leveling up like crazy, so it's kind of good. I don't mind that. Rad reduces over time. Might as well. I'm not really big on perks in general.
Zion, I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired, but I need everyone's mind on the trail ahead.
Ain't the trail ahead worries me, Jed. Those descents we made through that slot canyon back up there. Ain't no way we're getting back out the way we come. And then what?
God damn it, Stella heard you the first time. And the 15th, too. The new Canaanites will know a way. And if they don't, we've got the maps on our friend's Pip-Boy over there. Enough lollygagging. Get moving. And keep an eye out for tribals.
Sorry to bother you with reality, old Jed. Who cares if we can't get back out the way we come? It's not a problem.
Okay, welcome to Zion. The terrain here is like so different from the rest of the game and really cool.
Hold on now. God damn it, ambush! Cover people! Watch yourselves!
I don't deserve this! My people
Oh my goodness.
Shut the hell up, Ricky. Might as well be waiting on it.
Stay low, people! Stay low! Stella! No! Don't you die on me!
Oh wow. This yeah, unfortunately it's scripted that essentially your whole crew here is taken out. You can't really do much to prevent it, but kind of puts you in a position where you last man standing. So this is the White Legs, one of the local tribes. They've usually got some pretty weird weapons, like they've got tomahawks. I'm surprising Jed doesn't have like a note on him or something. We've got Ricky here. He had a Vault 22 jumpsuit. I imagine there'll be a shop at some point, so I'll be able to sell some of this stuff I'm picking up. Hunting rifle. We've got a grenade launcher here. Yes, the White Legs are pretty brutal. They don't really ask questions. They just get down to business. Got a riot shotgun there, which is pretty good. I believe that's an anti-material rifle on this guy's back, so these guys are not messing around. And I mean, at least it replaces the one I left behind. The terrain here is just stunning. Like, I just think it's so cool. it'd be really nice to see like this. Oh, it's failed the quest. It's interesting. Oh no, I shot follows chalk. We're meant to meet up with follows chalk. I don't think I actually shot him. I'm gonna have to go back. Okay, take 2. Hopefully don't have any issues with followed chalk now. Yeah, I think what happened was follows chalk went up behind that white leg and I took a shot and accidentally hit him.
Oi, white legs don't leave survivors often. You're some kind of lucky, let me tell you. You came from outside, didn't you? From the civilized lands. Wow. Joshua will want to hear about this. Joshua Graham. He leads our tribe. Thanks to him, the dead horses are strong and safe from our enemies. He'll want to talk to anyone coming up from Southways. Guess that means just you now. Come, I can take you to him. Good sists. We head east then. Joshua is at our tribe's camp in the Eastern Virgin.
Okay, so we've followed chalk and he's gonna go take us to Joshua Graham, which is very exciting. Meeting the burned man, or the it's just a bit of a privilege, I think.
Hold up. See that log over there? Take a closer look. There might be some good stuff tucked in there.
Yeah, he's talking about the log here. They are hollowed out. Just seeing if there's anything up here. No.
Freeze.
Very cool introduction here. Yeah, don't really have any complaints about this medicine stick. It's actually quite good. Pretty good damage on it, so yeah, happy with it. See, what I love about this DLC, as opposed to Dead Money, is it does actually feel like you're exploring. Like, it's a lot more open world, you know, like, let's say, you know, we're heading towards Joshua Graham's camp now, but if we wanted to, we could just head that direction and just go wherever we want. I just like having the freedom of doing whatever I like. But with Dead Money, it just kind of feels like you're trapped in that area and you're really, you know, confined to a set path. It wants you to do X, Y, Z. But hypothetically, we could, you know, not listen to Follows Chalk and do whatever we want at the start of this. And there are some pretty cool locations and pretty interesting things to see. Yeah, it's a nice mix up of scenery and especially like wildlife.
You see the dead sentries? Shamans say our enemies' souls are trapped in them. But Joshua says it shows we're serious about fighting Whitelegs.
Bit disturbing.
See those handprints? Dead horses and sorrows mark them on taboo places. Places from back when. Good thing for you, I don't buy into that stuff. Hope you don't mind getting wet.
Yeah, so we're heading down into the water so we can go to tribe. These marked locations do come in handy if you want to navigate back here. Also bear traps in the water, but I've got light steps, so I'll be okay. I think it's kind of a benefit or a good feature that you can't sprint You know, you just slowly walk along and you just take all this in. You know, you take in the atmosphere, you take in the scenery. You know, if you could sprint in this game, you'd probably just run past this whole area just because it's a, you know, bit of a slow area. But it does kind of, you know, set the tone and it builds suspense, which is, you know, a
Here
real
we
positive thing.
Joshua's just ahead there, in the Angel Cave.
So we're going to go into the Angel Cave. The Dead Horses Camp. Oh yeah, this guy here. Yeah, that's a Wild Wasteland Easter egg. 2 bears high-fiving.
Hoi, Auslander Zuka Joshua Graham. You know our tongue. Smart, Auslander. Joshua in high place of cave. You show respect, Utman. Joshua is greatest warrior. You show him no respect. He show you thunder and fire. You wise for Auslander.
Yeah, as I was saying, 2 bears high-fiving is a reference to everyone's like response to Dr. Mitchell's test at the start of the game where he shows you the pictures. So they put it in because they heard all the feedback as one of the DLCs. They put him in as a character, which I just think is so funny. It's just brilliant. Here he is.
We should have given you a better welcome on your first visit to Zion. But from what I hear, the Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these days. And I wouldn't have expected anyone from the Mojave to come looking for us. And you're a courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting, but I suppose he wouldn't have come with a caravan. I don't know if you were close to the other members of your group, but you have my sympathy. I pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles. But we can't expect God to do all the work.
This introduction is really cool. I do love his voice, and I just think it's cool how he's just sitting there on the table just playing with his guns. And all his dialogue is brilliant.
The Dead Horses are capable scouts. Nothing passes into or out of Zion without my hearing of it. Happy trails. I remember. They were good friends. I have bad news for your employers. New Canaan was destroyed, its citizens scattered. All because of the Whitelegs. And Caesar, of course. The Whitelegs want to join the Legion. Caesar's rite of passage is the destruction of the New Canaanites. Almost assuredly because of me. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Daniel, one of the other New Canaanites, has made many maps of the region. The bad news is that we can't help you right now. Not with everything that's going on. You're a good neighbor to us. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the Lord. But it's good to have friends. Daniel and I need pre-war tools to help us navigate beyond Zion. Should we need to evacuate, these instruments will be vital to us. Normally, we would have some of the Dead Horses or Sorrows look for them. But many pre-war buildings in the valley are taboo. They won't go inside. Thank you. Follows Chalk can help you find your way around the valley. He's inexperienced, but he knows enough of our language to ignore the taboos about pre-war buildings.
Okay.
Welcome back. What can I do for you? Caesar would never admit this openly, but he knows that I'm alive. I've killed enough of his Frumentari and assassins that have come looking. I've heard one of them travels the Mojave as a courier. Most of Caesar's agents meet a fitting end in NCR territory, but maybe this one survived. I think that would put him and you in a difficult position. Caesar has agents looking for me, but he won't admit I'm alive. And even if you killed me, he can't acknowledge that. To do so would be to admit I had never died, that Caesar made a mistake. No. He lives by his lies and shall die by his lies. There is no escaping it. We do. Though the Whitelegs destroyed New Canaan, they didn't destroy all of our supply caches. All forms of currency are recognized here. Caps, NCR dollars, even Legion coin. Take a look.
Yeah, so he's a bit of a shop as well. They do have the 45 weapons here, which are unique to this DLC. Nothing mind-blowing I'm seeing. I'll probably just unload some of the stuff that I picked up. So having a look here, we've been given 3 quests. We've got to find a compass in a bus. We've got to get some walkie-talkies at a fishing lodge, and we've got to get some lunch boxes and a medical supply kit from some ranger stations and a general store. So I guess we'll start off with the bus. I mean, what's the alternative? Yeah, that's far. That's far as well. Yeah, the bus looks like the best option to start off with. Might fast travel. You're essentially just picking up equipment in these quests. They're pretty straightforward. Not much in depth with them. Thought I'd just pull out Maria, considering they're just young geckos. They're not really going to do much. Oh my goodness, lucky I didn't fall there. That probably would have done a big number on me. I mean, do you reckon I can make that fall? Okay, I've done my coward save, so I'm going to give it a go. Oh yeah, no damage. I mean, it's so hard to judge whether you're going to... I'm going to repair the compass. It's so hard to judge whether you can actually make like a fall or not. It's very tricky. Also, 500 XP for that simple quest is crazy. Let's see what's next on the agenda. The fishing lodge. Honestly, this combat feels like an absolute cakewalk compared to Bleed Me Dry that we did last time. It just, yeah, I haven't really found anything too scary just yet. I dare say that Bleed Me Dry would be one of the harder quests in the main game. Like you do face like the most brutal enemies in the Mojave. So that's doing pretty good, but they're only cubs. They're not the real deal. Discovered this location, so I thought I might as well loot it, because I probably won't come back here unless it sends me here. Park Ranger hat's kind of cool. Probably nothing crash hot. Oh, Floyd's chalk, get out of the way. Like, tell me this is not awesome when you just look
don't
out.
Have anything as nasty as Yao Guai out where you come from, huh?
Probably not. You just look out and the terrain is just stunning. If they remade this game, it would be very, very cool to see what they do with this, the Zion. It'd be awesome. This is also probably a suicide mission, what I'm doing right now. I'm amazed I survived that, to be honest. We are going to head towards the fishing lodge and get the next piece of the puzzle. the Yaogai cave here, so I don't think I'll go in there right now. I might come back for it later. I believe there is a quest that involves that cave, so yeah, I'm not really inclined to go in there right now. I just want to focus on the things we need to do right now, and if I remember, I'll definitely come back. Off the top of my head, I don't think there's anything amazing in there. In this cabin, I believe there is green geckos, I think. Let's have a look.
Whoa! Here we go!
Looks like I was right. My aim has seen better days.
Feels good to be doing some actual scouting, not just following. For
Okay,
as
so we've
long
got
as I remember,
the key.
the dead horses have thought that places of the old world were taboo. Doesn't look so spooky to me.
So another quest completed, and we will head to get some lunch boxes. This is a bit of a trek, this one. In general, this DLC is definitely easier than Dead Money. I think, you know, you don't face as brutal enemies. Got a white leg here. What do you got? Shish kebab. Is that what it's called? Yeah, shish kebab. The flaming machete. We're here in the next location we need to be to pick up the supplies that we need. There should be lunch boxes in one and a medical kit in another. There's our medical kit. And I believe the final piece of the puzzle I need is in the general store. Let's go in here. Blowflies. So we need the lunch boxes. There's one in there. Big variety of animals in this room. There was a bloatfly, a mantis, and a mole rat. They got a bit excited, I guess. The last one is just here in the little cupboard thing. If it will let me get it.
Those, what did you call them?
There we go.
Walkie-talkies? Those are going to be loads better than six.
Okay. So we've got to bring the supplies to Daniel. Got a Yaogai cub. Another thing that I find pretty cool in this area is when you look up and you see all the stars. It's a very cute touch that they included. That, you know, there's so many visible stars. Just had another level up, which is pretty good. Level 29, so we're definitely getting up there. Just opening this door here. I honestly think my lockpick skills have just gone down the drain. I just really struggle with this. There we go. Someone doesn't sound happy. Nothing really good in this. Nothing worth unlocking this for. There's the Narrows. So I assume the Sorrows live in the Narrows.
Ahead. That's the Sorrows territory. They're peaceful enough, but you don't want to make them mad.
Okay, so Follows Chalk has confirmed that. Yeah, the other tribe is the Sorrows.
You are the one Joshua Graham sent to us. Blessings of the Father in the cave on you. Daniel is waiting for you. A Sorrow's Yaoguai fist is a sacred symbol. It shows that we belong to the tribe and have willingly undertaken a dangerous quest to aid the tribe. Each Sorrow makes his own, and only after hunting and slaying a Yaoguai that threatened our people. Our shaman, White Bird, oversees the rites. Perhaps if you spoke to him, he would allow you to undertake such a quest. Then
Yeah, so we've picked up Rite of Passage if we want to make our own Yaoguai fist. It's a pretty fun quest. And that possibly may involve that Yaoguai cave we discovered earlier. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, we're going to have a chat with Daniel and let him know that we've got some supplies for him, and then, yeah, take it from there. Here he is.
The dead horse has told me details about the attack on your caravan. A stranger's sympathy might not count for much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. The Sorrows will mourn your friends too. They mourn everyone, even the Whitelegs. They have sensitive souls. Innocent, if there is such a thing. In spite of what's happened, I hope that Joshua and I can help you out of here. But to be frank, we need your help too. Well, I'll be. I was starting to lose hope we'd be able to get any of this, much less all of it. Tribals are smart, but, well, they're ignorant. Letting go of a taboo is difficult for them. So I knew it would have to be one of us. Turns out all it took was a Gentile, or, no offense. These supplies are a godsend. But if we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more Whiteleg attention, I need you to go back into the valley. Specifically, I need you to scout out some locations for Whitelegs and try to recover a map of Grand Staircase, a wilderness area to the east. There's also the matter of the roads. We're going to be heading out of the east side of the park, but I'm not sure the way is clear. I appreciate the enthusiasm. There aren't a lot of people in the wasteland with kindness to spare for anyone who isn't kin. Since you've been poking around the valley, you might see more activity from the Whitelegs. One of the Sorrow's hunters, Waking Cloud, has volunteered to help guide you through the valley. She has a special talent for staying out of sight. After this, it's just a matter of getting everyone out of here safe and sound. And hopefully, you can head back to the Mojave without any more trouble.
Well, here we part ways. I'm needed back at the Dead Horse's camp. Maybe I'll see you there sometime. I will. Good gunning, Akis.
Okay, so Follows Chalk is on his way, and we have an option to pick up Waking Cloud. And we're going to be doing a few quests. We've got a few here. So we've got a few optional things here. Yeah, that's where the Yaoguai cave comes into things. There's some Whiteleg issues, and then more Whiteleg issues as well. So yeah, definitely we'll get more into it next time, but I might call it apart for now. We've kicked off things in Honest Hearts, and yeah, we'll continue working here next time. So thanks guys, bye.